I'm Steve Harmon with your statewide safety technical specialist. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the new product we have going around the state called the Bubba Rope. The Bubba Rope is a recovery rope that we are switching out all of our chains with. No longer are we going to be pulling a vehicle out of the ditch, out of the mud, out of the snow with a chain. From now on we'll be using a Bubba Rope. So we have here today, we have two different types of Bubba Rope. They're actually both the same, but one is a different size. And the reason for that is this one is 1 1/4 inch, rated at 52,300 pounds. That's designed for our crew cabs, pickup trucks, small equipment, tractors, mowing tractors, lawn tractors, anything else that's a smaller size equipment that we may get stuck in the snow or the mud. The larger rope here, this rope is a 2-inch rope and it's rated at 131,500 pounds. So you're probably asking yourself, why do we need such a high rating? The reason for that is whatever is the vehicle or the piece of equipment that is stuck, the rope or tow strap that you're using to recover it with has to be at least rated at 3 times the weight of that vehicle or piece of equipment. That's why these are so large. You're going to see today, we're going to show you the difference between the Bubba Rope versus the chain and how much stress pulling or recovering a vehicle out of the ditch, out of the mud, puts on the chain. And not only does it put a lot of stress on the chain, but it puts a lot of stress on the vehicles, especially if you have to put slack in it and get a pulling start and it'll kind of jerk. It also puts stress on the employees, and you can have a lot of problems with that. Not only could the chain possibly break, it could come loose. We've had windows put out in the past, that has hit tailgates in the past, lots of problems. You can take out an employee. So that's why we're going over to the Bubba Rope. Not only does the Bubba Rope allow us to not have a lot of those problems and put stress on the vehicles or stress on the rope, it also comes with soft shackles. These soft shackles, in the event that it was to come loose or break, this isn't going to be a big metal shackle flying at a person or another vehicle. The way this rope works, both of them, is once they're hooked up, we'll actually leave a little bit of slack in the rope between the two vehicles, and the pulling vehicle will kind of get a small running start, allowing that Bubba Rope to pull tight, and it will stretch kind of like a bungee cord. When it does that, all the kinetic energy transfers from the pulling vehicle to the vehicle that's stuck, gently pulling it out of the mud hole or the snow. On the back, we don't have a lot to hook to, as you can see, but if you do look up underneath, there are some hooks, tow hooks or recovery hooks, bolted to the frame. We don't want to wrap this around any sort of bumper. One reason why is because if I wrap this around a bumper and it has a sharp edge, it can actually cut this in two when we pull it tight. So we always want to make sure we find a good attachment point to the vehicle. So you have two ways to hook this up. You can either hook it up and loop it through the eye and just hook it right on the hook, or if you follow me over here to the other end, we can use the soft shackles. But here's how the shackles work. So if you slide this down, it'll actually open up a loop here. You put the ball through that hole, and tighten it back up. Now we're just going to take this and we're going to loop it around our other hook on the other truck. as you can see, once we're done, we want to make sure we wash it up really nice and hang it up to dry.